namhlanje akakusho lokho. Nomunye owabuza umbuzo ukuthi yini indaba kwakhiwe umkhonto omusha amanye amabutho ekhona na? Uyazibonela namhlanje ukuthi kwakusho ukuthini. Namhlanje sihlangene la ukuthi sizohlanganisa intsha yalelizwe lase South Africa lomkhonto wesizwe. Sisuka kuJanyana sikabi kude kakhulu. Sinonyaka nje owodwa nezinyanga ezimbalwa. Kodwa iqiniso selicacile ukuthi abaphathi bezwe yithi lapho akubona abanye ababenikwe ithuba lokuthi baphathizwe baganga ngalo, baganga ngathi, basenza yonke into le. Eminyakeni eminingi noma amashumi amathathu manje eminyaka sathi sikhululekile. Inhlupheko iya ngokudlanga. We are more poorer than we were before we said we were free, because we're not really free. Perhaps it was just half that was free. Namhlanje ke sithe intsha yase South Africa ayibone ukuthi senzani. Sekunesikhashana sikhona kodwa akekho ngathi akazizwe izigi zethu. I'm very happy that today we are here in our big numbers as young people to say we have taken a decision to finally liberate South Africa. Nobody else would do so if the young people were not there. I am very happy to see you today taking a decision to liberate South Africa in the true sense of the word. I'm sure many of you, when we made an announcement that we're establishing a party called Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, you understood what we meant and what caused us to do so. There were many people, very clever, very bright, who did not see the sun that it has come out. In fact, many were saying this is a joke. We had taken a decision very seriously, which then was sending a message to every citizen, every kind of age at that time. We knew that what faces us was to establish such an organization, which would be the truthful organization, and mark that. Because when we take decisions against one another, some people seem not to understand what we are doing. We said no one must do what he likes, or no one must do anything that is not in keeping with our own to liberate a black person in South Africa. And if one day, one of us that you trust so much, you love, if we said to Zuma lo, I'm going to get you a loop. Why ningenele lokho ningazinukuthi kwenzekeni? Because you must listen to the leaders. The leaders are there to take decisions. Some of the decisions are not very nice. They may not be very nice to individuals as well. But your duty is not to talk when you don't know what is happening. What you need to do is to ask what has happened so that you get an explanation. Don't confuse us as black people, because we are not confused. We are very clear and we are going where we are going. This South Africa is going to be free fully at the end, because here we are. I'm saying this because you are the youth here. The youth has a history in South Africa, and you cannot do a lesser history when the ones who did this many years ago did a lot of things. Yours is to do more. What is it that we're talking about? The tomorrow is yours. We are old now. Even if I claim that I'm a young man, because I am a young man indeed. The reality is that the future is yours. In other words, you are given a task to liberate South Africa. Ours is to point and help you which road to take, what speed to use, which direction you must take. You are to run and kill the animal because you are youth, not so. When I joined the youth, I was very young, I was very youth. And I could think that I can jump over the building and everything, because that was the spirit I had. And I've done so. I've jumped rivers, mountains. I've done everything. And I can still jump. If that was not the case, Labasikola. If that was not the case, Ngabasikola. On the day that I made an announcement that we are going to establish the party, nobody knew, except on that day, on the, what was the date, by the way? 15th December, when I made an announcement, and I said, those which I was part of, were fighting for freedom, have moved off the road. And I said, I'm establishing this party. But I said something else, which I would say on a different day. And I said, we want to take the elections and win them and rule this country as we said we're going to. Not a number of things that I cannot talk about. And I would not have died before I see the correct and indeed the freedom that we've all spoken about. And when I made an announcement, I knew that at the heart of the revolution is the youth, in fact. It is the youth that are at the heart of succeeding in whatever we do. And I'm very happy that today I can say without hesitation that the youth of this country is on the road to liberate this country. And it is you, all of you. And I must tell you that it is not very far. There are things that we have talked about. And I'm happy because the youth is here. The youth must talk about the problems of this country. I don't think we should keep quiet and wait that until there is an occasion, blah, blah, blah. We are still oppressed. But the oppression of this time is at another level. And we should not accept it. The youth is here. When we started, we knew that we could not do everything one day. That will come slowly and until we reach our destination. We have the youth now. The youth. And I want to spend a bit of time with the issue of the youth. The youth has a role to play in history. When the old organization, the ANC, was established, it was just people, old people. But that organization, because it was very clear about what we're doing, they established an organization within the organization of young people. It was that group of young people that pushed the revolution very far as a youth. Their coming brought a new kind of looking forward and fighting it was this, it were those young people that they began to move all over the country organizing for the liberation of South Africa. And indeed, they started young, and when the change came from the British being in charge of the country to the Afrikaners said, a black person is a black person, must put in his place. And the youth said, no, we will do everything to ensure that we liberate. That call was made by the youth. And I'm sure the youth of today should sit down and work out a call that will go with the situation today. I'm saying this because I'm very, oh, I'm wrong. In the first place, why I'm making this point, we went to elections as a party, the last elections, and nobody does not know that we were robbed. We won. They took it by force. They stopped the counting in the course of the day for 2 hours. 2 hours. Taking our votes, giving to themselves, because we're winning. Now we who are old are not making noise about that. I think the youth must ask, where are our votes? Because they are there. We charge or we put up a case. The case does not start because they're afraid. Once it starts, they will lose it. So they are delaying. Why do we keep quiet? Why aren't we asking, where are our votes? As the citizens. If the citizens don't do it, the youth, why is the youth failing to ask, where is our votes? Partly because if we won, by now the change will be very clear in South Africa. People will be employed. Will be people that are indeed are trusted, will be people that are in charge. Why do we wait for something we don't know? Because rather than the coming elections, the past elections, that's why we must be making the biggest noise. Where are our votes? Now, thina ngeke sayisho lonto ngoba singamakehla. Nina njani thuleleni. Now, that uyabona le ndaba lengixoxa manje. Khona abavelelwe laba bangala ngemva kwami. Khona abantu abavela abancane ngemva kwami. Because we now want to get the real, hey, Ebo. Apa mabodet madod? No, ma'am. Ah, P. Next time, our boat. Kanye. Kabili jakatatu. Sing our business njalo. Hey, ngintshenda. Now, we don't have to talk in our country suffering everything, but still just keeping quiet, hoping that God one day will send his son for the second time to come and help us. I'm not sure when will that happen, whether it will happen at all, but in other words, there must be voices from the youth to this country about our rights, our freedom, our everything. Even those young ones who are at the kuthiwa indlu lapho hlala khona abantu okuthiwa kuthiwa yini bantu laba abahloniphekile abantu eParliament. No, igama labo honorable, labo kuthiwa honorable. That honorable must go with the debate in Parliament about the problems I'm talking about. They've never even discussed one small issue. Why is our wealth taken in big things abroad? Umcebo wethu uthathelwana usiyaphi? Sitholani thina ngomcebo wethu eSouth Africa? Why lo mcebo uhamba thina asinawo neyodwa asikwazi nokuzenzela, asikwazi ukwenza lutho? Sithuleleni eParliament. Sithuleleni. Why are we keeping quiet? Why are we sitting emalokishini abelungu bona bahlala kuthiwa yini lento ecobezelayo? Huh? Or kuthiwa ema-suburbs. Abantu abafika la bahlala ema-suburbs. Thina sihlala sithuleleni singayisho lento. Manje ngithula lo mthwalo kuleli bandla lemva wami. Ake singathuli bakwethu izinto ziningi. Why ingane zethu singakwazi ukuzisa esikoleni ezweni lethu kodwa abantu abafika la yiki ingane ngayo esikoleni? Sithule sithini? Size sibange sodwa, sibange amaphathi ethu, sibange ngala nangala lofuna nakuba yiphathi yakhe nalo ufuna asazi ukuthi senzani. Sizenza ukuba sibe weak more. Sithuleleni, ngifuna intsha engizoyizwa manje from now ikhuluma, hayi ngelanga elodwa makuthiwe kube kudliwa inyama lapha ya kusothiwa ake sihlangane ake sisho nanku lo mhlaba uyahlupha. Siyezwana yini ebangela ukuthi ngisho sesizame ukwenza imali yokufundisa izingane kuphinde kufika abantu bakithi abamnyama sebephethe uhulumeni kube yibona futhi abayiphotayo? Asingakwesabi lokho. Yilo uhulumeni wethu manje esingeke sasho ukuthi usicindezele kodwa usicindezele. Phela mina nginento engishoyo eyisibonakaliso. Njengoba ungibona nginje kuthiwa kunomthetho la, mina sengaboshwa ngayejele engenacala ngoba bengizonda nje. Kahlala impela ngadonsa. Ngingenzanga nix, ngingathethanga necala. Sithula sithini makunjalo? Isikhathi sentsha phela. Lenkathi sebasha sasigcuma, saze sathatha ibhamu senza konke. Ithini intsha namhlanje? Ngangifuna ukuzwa ukuthi kunentsha nje enhle eSouth Africa. Yenzani? Iyaskipha yini emakhamandeleni na? Siyafunda yini ingane zethu? Eseyifundile ziyayithola imisebenzi. Sithule sithini? Ngoba idemand yethu leyo. Kunento esingayazi. Sicabanga ukuthi abantu bakahulumeni abanikazi bezwe. Akunjalo. Yithi abanikazi bezwe. Laba bantu okuthiwa uhulumeni babekwa yithi, angithi bakhethwa yithi. Soke sibakhethele ukuthi babuse noma balungise izinto zethu. Niyabona ukuthi ziningi izinto okufanele sikhulume ngazo. Singathuli, sikhuze nalabantu bakithi abathanda ukwakha amaqembu ngamaqembu esikhundleni sokuba silungise izwe lakithi. Uma sesikhululekile sesiphela singawakha amaqembu. Okwamanje kufanele ukuthi sibumbane sibe imbumba sibe munye. We must be united and take over the reins of our country and make our people not suffer. For me, I'm very happy because I want to hear the youth. Because the youth bafundile labantu nasifundeka sase ngafundanga nokufunda. Nifunde naqeda manje ngihlaya ukuxakwa yini. Hayi ukuthi ukukhulunya into eshona le. Why are we in the townships whilst others are in the suburbs or cities? Why? Sithuleleni. Why do we take ukuhlupheka sikuthathe sengathi into efanele ngoba ngimnyama? Ayikho lona. Izwe lethu leli. Asingakunqeni lokho. Uthi izwe lethu leli. uNkulunkulu wasakhela wasinikeza yonke into esifunayo. Ozala ufuna uzohlala nathi, akakhulume nathi sihlalisana sixoxe umuntu. Kodwa akafuni ukufika abe ingqongqo la. Thina sihlupheke. Ngikhuluma ke mina ngoba ngiyakwazi. Angihlali elokhuzeni kulento bekade ngisho ehlala abantu abathile. Ngihlala le. Ukuhlupheka ngiyakutshela ukuthi izingane ezinganabani ezizintandane akekho umuntu oyinakile. Uhulumeni kufanele ukuthi ayinake, akayinakile. Ngisho izalukazi zinciphisela imali seziye kugcineni inkosi yami empilweni. Ngiyajabula mongizwe. I hope bonke bangizwe. We must not keep quiet when we are still oppressed. Let us expose these things. So I'm happy, and I'm happy that the young people have come together. This is part of the process of establishing our party. We now have the youth. And very soon, we'll be having Abahlangene Kanjo Mama. Very soon, because we are building ourselves into a powerful organization. And if umnyama, you are free to come. If you don't come, ngeke sikuhluphe. Kodwa sokusiza futhi. Uma singasahlali emkhukhwini, noma ngathi bungenandaba unjalo sokuthatha sikubeke nathi endaweni right. Kuba sifuna free South African aphile impilo ephilayo. Intsha is our hope. So I'm very happy that we are here today and we know what we are doing. Let us not take this organization as an organization that will come to make money. This is not the organization to make money. It's an organization to liberate South Africa. This one. That is why, if you look seriously, you'll realize that if we have one of us, ophumeceleni, asimncengi. Let me just tell you, abantu sebeke baba o-Secretary General kule sebe u7 manje. Ngoba sidlala. Noma ngabe uzazi ukuthi umkhulu uyathandwa, uyikho konke, we don't care. We talk about our party. Laba bala kule party, abantu mabebona umuntu engasebenzi sikhuluma lesazi ukuthi kwenze njani noma enenkinga noma onile. Ebese sithi awusuke. Akekho umuntu odayela ukuthi uyohlala esikhundleni kuyozangena ezulwini ayikho lonto. Akuyona indaba yakho if you don't know. Ozubuza ukuthi kwenze njani. Kunabantu abaze bathi bafuna ukulokhu ukuprotesta ngoba sithatha i-decision ethile. Kusho ukuthi ayikakheki le party. Ayikakheki ngale ndlela esifuna ngayo. Ngiyentshela impela. Nani nivume impela nize nixoxe indaba nibhale ngayo. Yini yona le sifuna inkululeko la. Asivikeli umuntu. Sikhuluma nomonke umuntu la. Nalabo esathi uqala bahambe azange sibaxoshe. Wayihambela ngoba kwakunezinto ezirong. Singafuni ukubaphoxa. Sitshenisizwe ukuthi bonini. Ngoba iningi labo lonele kukhulu. Manje waye bese ningena indaba eningayazi. Waye ke ningewona olokhuza nihlala nithini lento lephezulu lapha. Le nhlangano Aniona high command. Aniona high command. I-high command kufanele ukuthi ikhulume indaba zalenhlangano. Owenza kahle nongenzi kahle, owenza inkinga nongenzi inkinga. Akuyona indaba yenu leyo sengitshena abadala ke manje nothi ngani. Ngoba ibona ngizokuthiwa impela bazobe beprotesta. Kufanele ngabe sithola inkululeko silela inkululeko sibhizi. Siyavikelana sodwa. Singazi nokuthi lo umuntu wenzeni. Ayenziwa lona. Uma sithatha isinqumo sokuthi sakha lenhlangano, sasingakho inhlangano ezokwenza nalokho okwenziwa abanye. Ingakho nje abanye abantu abenza izinto ezirong singafuni ukubaphoxa. Uma sithi akaphume lo. Asisho ngoba simsukela nje. Ngizwa kahle. Kodwa ngeke sinitshene ngoba sifuna ungcolisa amagama abantu. Thina sibhekene nani nokukhulula umuntu omnyama. Asibhekile ukuthi umuntu omnyama onathi uma mhlambe kukhona okuthile sokufanele ukuthi siyeke umzabalazo ke manje sizolwa sodwa. Hawu webani thina abantu abamnyama hawu sibahla kangaka. Kodwa sibuye manje uyayibona nje. Ngizwe phela abantu sebethi siyakhankasa ngizoke ngibonde obani abakulehle abazoba unabekhonga bekhankasa. Ngoba uma befuna ukuyokwakha iphathi yaba bahambe bakhe iphathi. Hayi ukuthi bahluphe thina la. Ngijabula kakhulu ke ngoba intsha ayidlali. Ngoba iphutha uma nabo sebengena kulezi ndaba intsha abantu engibathembile ngoba abantu bekusasa abantu abazi ukuthi ikusasa elabo. Siyezwana kahle nize nazi kahle akukho umuntu esizomncenga akekho. No matter how good you are or important you are or educated you are, asimngeni lokho thina. Akubona bonke abantu aba-educated la. Siyezwana. Fanele sihloniphane thina abantu abamnyama. Silungise lento efuna ukuthi ilunge. Siyezwana. Wemabo. Wenkosi yamo. Hey. Weba kwethu. sizo mase sakha omama sokhuluma nabo yazi ukuthi kuyakhulunyiswana ngapha nangapha nasentsheni bese kuqala ukukhulunyiswana baba ngathi hey kuyonakala ke manje because simele isizwe asimele thina asimele isonto simele isizwe ngisho ukuhlanya lune right lokuphila ngoba lusidalanga lwadalwa uNkulunkulu whatever ngisho uhlanya lunelungelo lokuthi luphathwe kahle libe nendawo la likwazi ukulala konke umsebenzi wethu lo akona umsebenzi sibange sodwa mina ngikhathele nje phela leyonto ngikhathele ngizoba nomhlangano kuhle ngoba bakhona nabefundisi ngizoba nomhlangano nabo kuduze nje abantu okufanele ukuthi kube yibona abasibeka phambili abasikhombisa indlela nendlela eyazulwini le kuthiwa ihamba kusathane abayinaki kuhamba labo thina siyezulwini sifuna basifundise lokho uyabona lo mfundisi uma sebamba umnyango ezokuzana ethi hawu Nkosi yami uthi izulu lisekhona pho kusho ukuthi phela mhlambe thina sesizohlala la nompela ngoba le indlela abasasikhombisi ngikutshela nje ukuthi mina lokhu okwenzeke manje akube yinto ngifuna youth ibe ne membership engaphezulu kwalesinayo youth ngoba ukuze sithathe izwe kufanele sibe ne 2/3 majority manje uma sigwazana sodwa sihwebhana soyithatha siyobusa nini silibazisa isikhathi sokubusa kwethu siyasilibazisa ngokubanga uzonda umuntu nje ungazalwana naye ngoba nihlangane kwipolitiki angifuni leyo nto ukutshenda mpela ungayibuzanga our job is to liberate South Africa from oppression. That is our job. And that must be done by many of us voting, because we've got at least a route now to take over. Just to vote as Africans for ourselves. And we have it. Why do we pull one after the other instead of reaching the destination? Says one. Are you clear, guys? Should I have a satisfaction that the youth of this time will even do more than the youth that started? Are we agreeing? And when we take our decisions, there are decisions we're going to take in putting our party straight. Because khona abantu ebebelibophe ngezinye intambo belidonsa belibhekisa ngapha nangapha asayivumekeleyo sifuna ukuhamba sithule sithi tu each one of us is important. There's nobody who is more important than others, we as members, and we should keep that. And we should respect other people, other members. We should not fight for sweet nothing, because that comrades do. We don't need it. We need peace here. We need unity here. Sonke, all of us. No one is bigger than the other. We are the same. People are doing everything out there with the intention, as you look at it from a distance, that we want to make them to be weak. But that is not the case. The case is these guys must not get their freedom. You might act differently, but you are saying the wrong thing, that Umdomyama must suffer forever and ever. We should not accept it. We, as Africans, don't worry about people who go to United Nations or to somewhere and talk about us and say we are killing them when we have never killed anyone. And we don't want to be told by people who sit in their own countries about our country. We mustn't. Because this is our country. We stay here. And whoever comes as a should know. But come here, be with us, be part of us. Now the Youth League. Bafowethu nodadewethu, you have a task. We want to see you in the forefront of taking this country as we go. You are our banongetakela akekho. because we are the future of this country. That is the point. Awuzwa ke? Hayi uyabona ke? Ngiyangijabulisa. I'm very happy. I want to congratulate this Congress who have been given a task job to lead the youth in South Africa. I want to congratulate you. I want to wish you success. We are going to be together. And I can tell you, because I realize that if we don't get closer to you guys, things can go astray. So sondela manje. Ngoba sengathi ngonda ngayeni phela. So besila iduze nje. Maniphefumula nje sizothi uphefumula kanjani. Bishenda. Thina njengoba siyintsha sila asihloniphi leadership. Ayikho imoto engahambi ngena steering. Ihamba ngoba ine steering less. Landelani. Kodwa ukuze nikwazi ukuthi ma udrive engakwazi ukudrive, ibani seduze nibacebise. Advise them, talk to them. Nobody must be bigger than the other. We are the same. And I'm very happy. And I'm also happy that when I looked at their team here, it looks like it was thought out very well in terms of who comes from where. Right? Ayikho iprovince engamelwe la. Akunjalo? Angithi?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I don't know what do you think about that speech. For me, it was a normal speech for me in terms of the MK party, the issues and everything. And you know that Mr. Zuma always is very careful on what he says. So that is why sometimes he's very calculative on what he actually says. So you can't take a lot out of him in terms of what he says. There is no controversy and all of that. All he's saying is that the young people, they need to be in the forefront. They need to speak more. You know, they must not just speak once and keep quiet. They must speak more and more and more. So I guess that's what we can take out of this. And then we will see when the Youth League actually, what am I saying? Yeah, the Youth League of the MK party, when it goes on, whether it's going to be as effective as we would expect young people to be. Now, when you compare the Youth League of the ANC, the Youth League of the MK, the Youth League of maybe DA, and the EFF, no, when it comes to youth, guys, I really don't know how I feel about their activeness. I really don't know. And I think the ANC, though, the Youth League, I think it should be the ones that is leading when it comes to being vocal. And I mean, guys, vocal, I don't know, every week, maybe every month, maybe every 2 months, you know. Vocal, be out there, be, even if something is small, be out there. If something comes up, is trending, say something about it, okay? Now, I'm not saying they should do that, but you need to be active, because our youth leagues, all of them, in all the parties, in most cases, they are in the background. They just speak there, and then they disappear, and then that's it. And I don't know why, but I was expecting that in as much as they want to be in leadership in these parties, I believe that they should show that actually they want to be there. They should show that actually we want to be there, you know. Have you seen when you are in an organization that has two parts, which is the old people and the youth, okay? If the youth is active, is more active than the old part or the old generation of that time, okay? In most cases, the old part, the old guys or the old generation, they like to move a bit back. In most cases, they like to move back so that they can give more to the youth or to the young people. But if the young people are quiet, they're not doing anything, they just speak there and there, they just say one thing and then they disappear. The only thing they do is just events, they drink, they do all these things that they shouldn't be doing. They are always in scandals and everything in terms of alcohol and everything, because alcohol is also the problem sometimes. You know, it's also a problem, because we're going to have leaders. You know, I'm not saying people should not, but anyway, I'm saying that don't. If you are a leadership man, guys, you need to be example, man. I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, I don't know, guys, what do you think? We had the DA speech, we had EFF speech, we had MK speech, we had what? And I can see also on TV. I think there is Inkatha, IFP also. They are having their own, you know, youth day rally. You can call it that, okay? So I guess all the so-called known parties are out there. They are doing their thing, okay? And I hope that you enjoyed that, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also share the video, right? That would be actually appreciated. I will link the speech in the description below. And yeah, and then you can go and watch the whole speech again if you want to watch it. And because I think this is the end of the speech, because I think they are calling back, they are calling the youth league leaders to be to come in front and everything. And Mr. Zuma is happy that actually the people that they have selected, right? They are different, sort of like different tribes. I think so. Okay, thank you guys for watching. You have a good day. It's dark now, okay? I don't want to put some light. It's dark, but I am finishing. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good day. And I am done. And I'm out.